All right, this wall is looking pretty solid. So what I'm going to do next is put pallets along the back. But I gotta find 2x4s because it's pretty solid from left to right, or right to left, but it's a little shaky. So I think that means I need bracing to go this way from top to bottom. And what I did was I put those 2x6s, I laid them flat, screwed them into that 2x6. That way when I can jam the 2x4s up against that bottom 2x6 and go all the way down. That'll make it stronger. But that's just what's in my head right now. I'm probably going to change my mind. If I got that big one, and that beam will go past the second one. So if I put one more tire, that'll be pretty solid at the bottom. All right, it doesn't look pretty, but that whole thing is level. Almost. So just want to bring that down a little. There we go. All right, so now that wall is going to go up to about there. And next, I should take the weight off of this because I'm going to put more pallets up to about there. But I don't want any weight on the screw. So I'll cut a piece here to rest on this pallet. And then I'll take the weight. Well, a lot of the weight is off the pallet because of the tires, but just in case, I'll put a piece from here to there, taking the weight off this corner. And then I just got it. So I think if I can get, I don't know why I went all the way up there. I don't know what to do with that part. But from there all the way over, I just have to figure out how to go this way for a roof, because it kind of goes in like a cone, like an angle. So it's not just going to be a straight shot unless I take that roof that's going up there and go all the way over, and then just have this all open. You know what I'm thinking? Maybe I can just make a flat roof, right? There's a flat roof, and have this just kind of be something I sit on. That's an idea. All right, there's got to be one of these that's around 5 feet. This one looks bigger. Almost. I like this one because it's not that high. This one looks pretty clean too. And then over there will be the bedroom, but you'll go to the bedroom through this door. And then over here will be the closet. And then this spot up here, I think I'm gonna do like a nice wood floor just on this spot because I got really lucky and the floor is completely flush and level with plywood. All this is going to be a little bit more difficult because everything is kind of pieced together with just scrap plywood. Even though it's all flush, there's some little openings. So I'm going to do like an adobe floor on this side, and then probably right in front of the door because this area is nice and flush and it's one big solid piece of plywood. From there all the way to there, I think I'll do like a nice wood floor over here and up there. Then the rest of it will be adobe floors. So I think the more I put these little half walls up, the stronger it's going to make the middle. So this one doesn't quite fit all the way over, but I'll seal it to this 2x4, and then this will all be adobe, and I left a little bit of space so I can have something to put the adobe on. And then in this room will be where my bed is. So I'll still be able to see into the house, the main house, or the main room. And it'll still look big, but it'll feel a little private when I'm in bed. Because when I'm laying down, it'll look like this. Put a 2x4 at the bottom. That way when I lift it up, this will act as a leg. Alright, so if it's going up this way, this has to go on the other side. Come on, son. So now I'll screw it in there, and this will hold it up for a while. And as long as I get it screwed in there before it falls, I won't break my face. Get in there. Hold on. Bitch. But this still has to go up. Now what? So I guess these 2x4s don't have to be permanent. I can just keep inching them up until that one's level over there, and then somehow connect that side to that side over there. That side is going to be tricky because it kind of goes out a little bit, but I didn't have enough wood to push this out, so it is what it is. But if I can get this one piece up, then I'll be good to go, and then I can put plywood down and then build the roof. That one is up there and it's tacked to this 2x4, and I don't know why I put that one there, but I just have to get something up. Now I got these two 2x4s. Shit. I got these 2x4s, and this isn't quite high enough, but it's pretty straight, so it has to go up like this high. So I'm thinking, what am I thinking? Kind of lost. So maybe just for now, I can just put a little 2x4 piece up here to make this level. And then I'll go around and secure it. But if I go in too far, I'm gonna lose space along the wall. I mean, it's still big enough for my bed, but I want to be able to walk around my bed. But if I lose a couple inches, it's not a big deal. That's what she said. It's not quite level. It has to go up. Oh shit. No, wait. Shit. If I go up like this, it still has to go. Right there. All right, here's my question. So I'm wondering if I can take these slats off of the pallets, because this is the wall. Because this is the outside wall of, I guess, what would be the living room. So because this piece, this 2x6, kind of goes in, like it kind of goes like this, it's going to be really hard to level the roof on this side. So I'm wondering if I can just cut these slats off and then fit, I'm not going to use a 2x4, I use a 2x6, and just put these in here like this. Because one, I already know this is level. Two, it's doubled up, and it's going to be on top of a 2x6 that doesn't have any weight on the screws, because I went around and I took them off. This way, that means from this side to this side to that corner there, I'll be able to put a nice even roof. But then on this side, the roof might be higher. But I think that's a pretty solid plan, to just cut those bottom pieces off, because I'm going to have to cut some of them off anyway to fit the adobe in there. This way, if I put the 2x6, wait a second. And now all these spare pieces I can use to cook dinner. So what I'm hoping is that when I lay the next one on it and go all the way across, these are completely flush with each other. Now they should be, because I leveled this thing 1,000 times. I checked 1,000 times before I screwed anything into the boards. So it has to be level, or it has to be flush with this. So now I got to take all these off, and then I can start laying the 2x4s across. Perfect. Look at that. God doesn't hate me. All right, I forgot. They have to go up this way. They can't be this way. Like, they can't be this way. They have to be this way. So what I can do is maybe on that side, I have a bunch of, I know I have a bunch of them, like spare pieces like this. Maybe I can like put it right in between it and just screw it down to that board right there, and then screw the side of it into this. That way it'll be steady. So this is almost full. So this whole outside wall is filled with road base. So now I can start planning on putting the adobe on this side, but first I gotta get a roof because I don't want to have to do this like 10 times over like I did last time. I'll keep filling this up, keep packing it in, and now the walls are on this side. They go from here all the way to that tire. So I'm 5'8.5". I think that's at least 6 feet from that tire to there. So that gives it a lot of mass. But my plan is to build my bed frame against this back wall. So by doing that, it'll put weight against this and make this stronger. And then I'll be able to use it to stand on to finish off the roof. So because I'm using like pallets and just spare stuff, I can only do like a little bit at a time, and I can't plan too far ahead. So I'm gonna build this up and then somehow seal off this corner and try to get that corner beam steady with this. And then when it's all said and done, I can put my bed along this wall. Alright, so when all these are stacked, I can cut these pieces out, and then I can use this as like storage maybe. But I should probably put a bottom on it if I'm going to do that. That way it doesn't go right onto the floor. I don't know if I have any. I'd like to use plywood. Maybe I can use this piece. I wonder if I can put OSB pieces on the ground. Like, we got a lot of rain last night. So I'm just trying to think ahead, because underneath the bed frame, I'm gonna want storage. And because I'm using pallets, these 2x4s that are in the middle and on the ends will make it a really strong frame if I connect them. But what I'll do is cut off these pieces when it's laying down, and then I'll have a little bit of space for storage. You know, just in case there's a government takeover and I need to hide some cash, I can put it inside here with cans of tuna and stuff. Because it's definitely going to rain again, I'll just put some linseed oil all across it. That way it doesn't get too damaged. And then I'll just lay the pallets on top. And then at the bottom of the bed frame, there'll be a clean, flat floor to put my cash and my cans of tuna. This piece is on an angle, so let's see if I can actually cut a straight line from there all the way down. Come on, this can't be that hard. I did it. Look at that. I mean, it's not perfect, but for me, pretty good. So these screws are too long, but I have these nails, and they won't go all the way through the floor. So now I'll just oil this up and start putting pallets around the perimeter. That'll make that wall stronger. And then I'll have a bed frame. All right, so I've got 2 pallets high. I have some trim along the bottom. And now I'm putting 2x4s from front to back. And I'll put one more in the middle to give it more of a solid bed frame. So now I got 3 pallets high. If I sit on it, it's a good level because the mattress is going to be up. So all the wood and pallet, I mean, I've said this a bunch of times, it's all uneven and mostly crap. So I have this, what is this thing called? Whatever it is, it tightens the wood together so that it doesn't bow. All right, so I messed up a little bit. These have to go this way. So I'm thinking I could probably just cut them and go right up against the other pieces. And then I'll just have to put something like in between the two so they're stronger because it's going to hold the roof. All right, that's better. So now I have 1 2x4 going this way and one going that way. They're connected like this, and this is even with this one from there to there. So now I'll do the same on this side, do the same somewhere right here, and then I'll be able to lay a roof. But I kind of want this one to slant. Where's the line at? Oh, okay. Come on, bro. Come on. All right, so I got that up there, but it's not completely level. It kind of goes down this way a little bit. So that one has to go up maybe 1/4 of an inch. But it's resting on there pretty good. Like it's pretty flat. So I wonder if I should tack that up there now and use that as a guide to go this way, or just keep building these little posts all the way across. There's no shake. I found a ton of spare pieces. So every piece is connected to another piece. I don't know if you could tell, but these are all just scrap pieces, all put together. And when it's all said and done, I can put a window there. I can cut out that pallet there and put a window there. I can figure out a way to put a window up there. I can cut this pallet out, put a window there, and I can cut that pallet out and put a window there. Inside the pallet, it looks like hell now, but I'll fill it with straw and then do adobe on the outside of it, and it'll look nice and clean. All right, there's some light at the end of the tunnel. So I got that beam up. So what I'm gonna do is connect, I think I gotta put a post over there so I can connect that side to that side. So inside here, which is where my bed's gonna be, this will be a big square. And I'll put a roof on top, and that's it.